Hello and welcome to the Quibber channel. I'm Jason, your host. Let's have a very politically incorrect video. First of all, let me state categorically I do not judge people based on the colour of their skin, ethnicity, or even their religion. People on their actions. Unfortunately, as the news has come out today with the grooming gangs, there is ethnic relation to this, unfortunately. I want to state this very, very clearly. Most Pakistani who come into this country, most Asian people who come to live in the UK through the right means, they come here to a better life away from radicalization. I know families who have moved here because they don't want their children, their male children, to be radicalized in the way that they can so easily in these countries and end up fighting wars. And they don't want their daughters to miss out on education, on jobs, on careers, to actually have a say in their lives. And that's the majority. That is the majority. Yes, it is the majority of people. That is the majority of people, immigrants that come in this way are good people. They appreciate everything they get here and they work hard. Some people might not like me saying that, but that's the truth. There's a minority. And this minority is quite extreme. Follows a simple path. The idea is they want to take over the UK. But they don't want to fight us in the normal way. No, they're very intelligent way of doing it. They want to create more communities of Sharia law. They want to create more communities of Muslims. And the way they go about this is horrible and horrific and terrifying. It's been going on for years. These extremists, which are minorities, are fucking minorities, they are, will target young girls, usually between 13 and 16. They'll ply them with drinks, they'll ply them with drugs, they'll be their friends, they'll groom them in the worst ways possible. And some of them, they will basically turn into slaves. Others, they will turn into breeders. And because their idea is basically that if they convert these girls to being good little Muslim girls, and which is a horror, it isn't real. This is an extreme form of Muslim. This is a normal Muslim. This is, let me put that, I was being ironic. I just wanted to point that out in case anybody thought. And the simple fact is that they turn them into breeders. They want them to have as many children as possible so that they can increase the amount of Muslims. This is how it works. It's horrific. It's actually worse than normal paedophile gangs. It's not a mental illness. It's not a something that can be worked on by a counsellor and therapist. It's not anything like that. They are actually gangs of grooming for the reason to take over the country in a very insidious way, to supplant all the Christians or whatever, or non-religious types, with good little Sharia-loving Muslim extremist boys and girls raised to their own doctrine. And they use our daughters, our children. And on the other hand, they the sex slave part is about basically they get some of these girls they basically worthy to bear their children. They can still make use of them. They can still make use of them as basically bonuses that come and join their cause. And the problem is, in the UK, because of the fear in government, which is a true fear, of the backlash against communities, against Muslims, against Asians, that would be so massive, they've covered that the ethnicity part up. It's been the question they haven't been willing to ask. Thankfully, this new report is shining light on it, but the simple fact is that they've been scared that it would basically give fuel for any racist out there, any witch hunt, any attack. It's too easy, and that's the problem. This is why I wanted to make sure people understood that when I did this, I wasn't fueling that this is a minority, an absolute fucking minority. I've got wonderful neighbours. I live in a multicultural area of the city, and even though I'm autistic and I don't go out much and I only have contact with me, over time I've known they're good people. They're just basic people who just want to live. They have dreams, they have families, they look after their families, they care for their children, just like we do. Nothing different. They're just the normal people who go out and work every day. Yes, they do. I know couples and families that have moved to the UK to get away from horrible situations where their daughters, their sons would have ended up in situations that would end up dead or worse. So they come to this country to get away from it, be a part of something different. They're the good ones. It's always the minority that causes the problem. So, while it's wrong that the government and successive governments have kept this quiet about it being race-based and being due to ethnicity and cultural difference things, they've never really touched it. And it sucks. So yeah, I wanted to just explain the situation of why these grooming gangs, first of all, why they do what they do, and secondly, why the government didn't. I'm not making excuses for the government, by the way, explaining why not a binary situation. This kind of information has to be very, very carefully dealt with, because it is so easy for it to turn into race riots and people hunting down and vigilantes and all the nasty things that could happen, especially with such powerful emotions involved. We've seen that going on in Ireland at the moment. It's the sad thing is that the people who are going to suffer the most are the Muslims and the Asian people who've come over here just to get a new life, because they're going to be painted with the same colour, and that's going to cause problems. So this is Jason for the Quebber channel. I hope you're all having a good day.